Hey everyone, I don't have too much time. I'm trying to make a really quick video on parent functions, so brace yourself. Here we go. Parent functions are basically just functions that you're going to want to be familiar with. You're going to want to know their basic shapes because you're going to be using those to graph other types of functions. Here we go. So the first parent function is f of x equals x squared, also a parabola. You guys have done parabolas. Notice we have our first point at 0, 0, 1, 1. If we went to 2, that would be 2 squared, which is 4, and it's symmetric on both sides. So f of x, x squared, this is the shape of your basic parabola. Next, we have an x cubed graph, x cubed. Remember, this is not going to be symmetric because if we cube a negative, we're still going to get a negative. For example, if we cube negative 2, we'll get negative 8, negative 1, we'll get negative 1. We have the point 0, 0, we have the point 1, 1, and 2 cubed is 8. So this is your basic cubic function. Next up, my good friend, the square root. Here we have f of x equals square root of x. Now we don't have any values for these negative x values. Remember, you cannot have a square root of a negative. So our first value starts at 0, 0, square root of 1 is 1, square root of 4 is 2, square root of 9 is 3, etc., etc. You kind of get this long, slow slope. Last up is the absolute value. I love absolute values because they're always positive, and I'm just such a positive person. Alright, our absolute value graph is kind of like an f of x equals x line. If we had 1, 1, we'd get 2. Absolute value of 2 is 2. Absolute value is 3 is 3. But once we get to the negatives, instead of continuing our line, the negative all of a sudden becomes positive. So if we have negative 1, that becomes positive 1. Negative 2, that becomes positive 2, etc., etc., so long and so forth. Adios.